Hey, my name is Josh. This is Chris. And if you're in your 20s, we've got some advice for you. First, get out of your hometown. There ain't nothing waiting there for you. And whether it's a bus ticket or a passport, doesn't matter. Just go somewhere. But make sure wherever it is, you don't know anybody out there and nobody knows you. Now here's a warning. Eventually, it might start feeling like you're forgetting who you are. Don't you worry, because that's when the magic starts to happen. So, I know what you're thinking. Where do I start? Well, you know how you wake up every day to go to school or work, to study the thing, or do the job that you're not sure you even want to do? Or how for the last couple years it feels like you've been living the same day on repeat. You probably are. Now call me crazy, but to ruin your 20s, you might have to take a gap year, or dare I say, quit your job. And I know, that's not realistic. You can't take all of that risk. So, if you're getting cold feet, don't worry. Stick to your phone and scroll. And scroll. And scroll. But if you're sick of that, and you still want to ruin your 20s, then you're probably already on the next chapter. Not where to start, but when. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. What about the money? And in this next section of How to Ruin Your 20s, I'm actually going to talk about exactly that because I think it's an important piece. But before I do, today's sponsor might actually want to take care of that part for you. So Artlist, which is the platform that I use for music, footage, any kind of AI generation stuff that I do, has actually just released their annual 100K fund, which, believe it or not, means they want to give you, the creator, $100,000 to chase your craziest idea. You heard me right. $100,000.
So I actually signed up for this a couple of years ago and I ended up getting second place.
And in the process, I ended up getting a sponsorship from Artlist, working with them closely on tons of projects, and ultimately, it changed my life. So if you're thinking that way, I don't know, just shoot your shot. All you need to do to apply for the 100K fund is post a video on your socials showcasing the idea that you want to see come to life. Then tag artlist.io in the description and make sure to use the hashtag Artlist100K fund. And then lastly, fill out the form, which I've linked in my description, and then bam, you're in. Anyways, we've still got your entire 20s to ruin, so let's get back to the video. When do you start? All right, it is 1:50 p.m. in Paris, France, and we have to leave tomorrow because it's too expensive to stay, and we don't really know where to go. We were gonna go back home, but we just decided that we're going to fly to Vietnam and ride the Ha Giang Loop.
It's amazing what a coffee can do. We're so ready to go back and relax. One coffee and we're going on a motorbike trip.
Yeah, we had a coffee and decided we're gonna go rip the loop, so. So, when to go? Well, I don't want to oversimplify this, and it may seem a bit crazy, but if there's one thing I've learned, the answer is almost always,
Let's go. Just luck.
now. The best time is now. Right here. Looking at this screen, you could make a decision that could completely change your life. And I know what you're gonna say. I don't have the money, I can't fly away tomorrow. But you know what you could do? You could decide today to sell that car, to downgrade that phone, to move back to your parents' couch to save $1, and hey, whether it's a plane ticket, train ticket, hitchhike, or a walk, no matter who you are, you can find a way. So, you did it. You are well into ruining your 20s because you've made a decision that you can't turn back from. And yeah, it's probably a bit of a rush. A new place, a new experience. Nobody around you knows who you are, so you get to be whoever you feel. A wild adventure. And for a moment, you might feel on top of the entire world. But remember, you cannot experience the highest highs without also experiencing the lowest lows. Okay, so if you've made it this far into ruining your 20s, I guess I should be honest with you about the hard part. You're gonna be alone. Like, a lot. And in that time, you might start to realize that you don't entirely know what you're doing. maybe this isn't the trip that you thought it would be. Maybe you haven't turned into the person you imagined. You haven't figured out how to become a millionaire travel influencer. You haven't caught the attention of those people back home that you want to make jealous. And if you do reach this stage, my honest advice is just give up. Give up chasing the story that you thought this was supposed to be. Give up trying to be the character that you imagined. Let go of every expectation you carried here with you. And in that moment, when you stop trying to be the version of yourself you think people will like, something weird happens. You start to notice a few more smiles from strangers, more high fives from kids. I don't know, but that's when it will hit you. Once you finally let go of who you were trying to be, you actually become someone real. And as it turns out, you didn't have to create that person. Somewhere in there, deep down, they were always there. So, congratulations. You have officially ruined your 20s. And when you look in the mirror, you might say, who the hell is that? They're not scared of the things you used to be scared of. And I know it sounds pretty cliche to say that a spontaneous trip or experience could change your life, but it can. Because it turns out, that's not a vacation. It's not an escape from reality, it's an introduction to reality. To a version of happiness that doesn't play by a set of rules that never existed. So next time someone tells you not to take a risk and ruin your 20s, just remember, you're the one that has to live with your decisions, nobody else. So even if there's a chance that it might not work out, ruining the person that you've been told you should be might just give you a chance at finding out who you are. Anyways, I don't know what you're still doing here, because change isn't on your screen. It's out there. So, give it a shot. Maybe I'll see you on the road. Peace. Oh, that's a really